every revolution or every political movement or any kind of change, and having someone, okay, CIA, which is fucking for you to call me CIA when you know I'm not.
Everything was politicized. It was, oh, this is when we became the left versus the right. But both sides are trash. In COVID,
his own thing. So it seems to be that money's the issue, that like we're using money and that's how politics is being pushed. Because now we've seen what someone does when they use their own money, and it doesn't seem to be a solution. So I feel like we take money out of politics, we'll have a much better political system.
Politician, you think they're gonna come out and tell me the truth? They was lying to my mama. They ain't gonna never tell us.
So everybody, we look at certain things just because, oh, this happens in the hood or we see this every day. All the way up. These people were speaking truth. King, we could talk X, we could talk it all. They were speaking truth.
What's going on in anyone's mind, but let's take it as a given that Gray's argument is true, that the argument to not have ID is that it would be discriminatory versus certain socioeconomic brackets or something. It's like
the world's greatest trial run of what people will do and what people won't do. And we are the only country on the planet that really fought against the government. A lot of it,
because you focus on 80-20 issues. I'm looking at the Epstein issue as we have 80% of the information we need to prosecute these people that actually did anything, but you're focusing on the 20% trying to take down Donald Trump, which you're never going to get. So I'm going to keep sitting here with a smug ass face on every single day.
I'll explain. Good question. I'll give you the answer. The Republican Party constantly talks about transgenders and transgender surgery to minors.
I'm mostly on the left ideologically, but I don't associate with the Democrats because they're not ideologically on the left. The Democrats are clowns, and they're also losers.
About to be any engaging conversation. It's not about to be any discourse about different political ideologies, what works and what doesn't. If that is the outcome, right? For example, I'm not gonna go and just put myself in the middle of a KKK rally.
Verify me, I'm not fucking fed. They always do this. I'll say this, right? And they did the same thing to Nick. We've seen the video. They'll call people who are genuine and authentic feds because
the interesting thing to me is that the ones that claim that they believe the Constitution are now trampling the Constitution. The ones that said they believed in the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, right, are now going against the freedom of speech.
leadership perspective.
They don't have no plan. They don't ever talk about nothing positive about the Democrat Party. Everything is just anti-Trump. They're not willing to have a conversation. They call us fascists. We willing to have a conversation. Charlie Kirk's willing to have a conversation.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Described him as one of the most dangerous men on the face of the earth.
Welcome to the Man Cave.
That was weird. Welcome to the Man Cave. I'm Nora Christine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
That's Velma.
Hi, it's me, the Mexican Velma.
I'm Mia.
And Billions, what's happening?
I'm skeptic.
Doc.
85 Slim.
Mr. Rippy.
And we do have a very full house. As you guys know, this is our man cave night, but it's woman cave. I had to have women come join me tonight. I'm hosting. But so we're going to have the men, they'll be leading the conversation, but the women will be giving our woman's spin on it. The first topic that is trending right now in America is a Cinnabon worker out of Wisconsin. Let's see what she had to say. She ruffled some feathers, and she was talking to our favorite Somalis.
Your body makes you a better person.
Are you recording?
I'm gonna record you. Yes.
Do you want me to throw water on you? I am racist.
So idiot for
and
real.
You are an
idiot. No,
I
I'm
am
not.
racist, and I'll say that to the whole entire world. Don't be disrespectful.
You ruin your life, by the way.
Oh, you talk about respect? You talking about respect? You are fired from this place, man. You're not gonna be working here. Suck what? Look how you talking about ugliness?
Did I stutter?
You're the ugliest person I ever seen in my life.
Good.
No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Because you know damn well you're
That's
fucking
respect.
evil.
That's respect. Keep squeezing that caramel, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
That was meant for you.
So I gave a different perspective. I'll play the perspective that everyone's been seeing. Ken, is this your first time seeing this view, or did you see the other video?
I seen that one. I seen both. What's the question though? I seen this, but what's the actual question?
Do you think that this was a racist interaction?
Oh my God. So I think we're at a different place in America where what we call racism shifts. What I have been introduced to racism has been violence, right? Has been prejudice plus power. So now it has shifted into language. You know what I'm saying? Like Black Americans was called nigger like that. That was their last name. You know what I'm saying? So this is just another group of people's turn to get the smoke. But what we know, if your peoples are from here, we know St. Louis riots, we know Black Wall Street, we know Rosewood, we know cities, towns being burnt down, we know infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? We know men with families with land and history removed totally from economics and everything. So I look at racism a little bit different. Like that was a powerless person that doesn't even make $30,000 a year. So that doesn't look like racism to me. That just looks like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. But the racism I know is prejudice plus power.
Doc, you're more a little bit more left leaning, I think, on the panel. You grew up in the South. Do you consider that racism?
Yeah, that dusty bitch racist. And nigga just don't hit for Somalis the same way.
Right.
If you say that to my sister will jump across the counter and turn this bitch into a Cinnabon. You feel me? She would have had that bitch covered in icing. You know what I'm saying? So she know who to say it to. It's culturally different. Like, so you call some Somalis nigga, that don't hit for them.
Yeah,
my
that's
sister
true.
would have packed this bitch out. You feel me? And had this bitch covered in icing and pecans over there. Had her on display in that window. Man, you crazy.
Well, I'm going to play the other angle, and then I'll let some of the ladies get in here. This was the other angle, and it's shocking. She's already raised $100,000.
Sexualizing your body makes you a better person.
Are you recording?
I'm gonna record you. Yes.
Do you want me to throw
Is it sharing? My bad.
Yeah, I couldn't see it.
Your body.
Whoops. I don't know. StreamYard.
I've seen that clip.
Oh, my bad. 1 second. Let me share the right one. StreamYard's acting crazy tonight. I'm sorry. Here we go.
Sexualizing your body makes you a better person.
Are you recording?
I'm gonna record you. Yes.
Do you want me to throw water on you? I am racist.
So idiot for
And
real.
you are an
idiot. No,
I
I'm
am
not.
racist, and I'll say that to the whole entire world.
Don't be disrespectful. You ruin your life, by the way.
Oh, you talk about respect? You talking about respect? You are fired from this place, man. You're not gonna be working here. Sakwa. Look how you talking about ugliness?
Did I stutter?
You're the ugliest person I ever seen in my life.
Good.
No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Because you know damn well you're
That's
fucking
respect.
evil.
That's respect. Keep squeezing that caramel, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
That was meant for you.
So she had a goal of $65,000. She has exceeded that goal. She's at $107,000 and counting.
Wow.
Skeptic, what's your thoughts on the amount of money that she has raised to date? Is this reflective of America?
Yeah, I think so. And I also think that there's going to be a drug dealer that's going to be making good money soon, because if you look at her record, I want to say she had like a possession of I don't know, like illegal substance on her record. So girl, something off with her. But I will say the part to me that I feel like is racist is we're talking about adults, right? And she's calling them a racial slur based on what they look like. She didn't care about the ethnicity. White people, they see us all the same. Like they think they're better, point blank period. They don't care where you're from. They don't care if you're an immigrant or not. They think about it the same way. So I think that's an interesting aspect of it. And I also think the fact that she's raising money and that America is getting behind her as if she's a victim, all of a sudden they're trying to spin this like she's a victim is crazy to me.
Velma, do you think there are two sides of this story, or do you think that these are just ugly racist? It was an ugly racist interaction.
There's three sides to the story. Her side, their side, and God. Right? Because God sees everything. So my thing is, what happened before? Why are they recording her? And on top of that, how do we know if she's white? She could be Italian for all we know. So to just jump on it and be like, oh, well, look at her, look at what she's doing. It's like, why are they doing something to provoke her? Because nobody's just going to just do that. You got to be provoked. That's what I have to say. Oh, and then on top of that, if she's saying something about Somalians or whatever the case may be, I mean, I don't think it's racist to tell them something if they're telling something to you. But then again, I wouldn't want anybody defecating, in my food. Whistleblower type thing. Yeah, I'm done.
History shows. History shows.
Oh, I love that, Mexican Velma, because funny you say that, because what the Somalians did is they sexually harassed her for 15 minutes before she even went off. So the original clip shows them purposely going up to her and sexualizing her and sexually harassing her. So she took sexual harassment at her job. They were commenting on her clothes. They were saying she was enticing men. As you can see, her shirt is down to here. I mean, she's doing her job. She's clearly not sexually harassing anybody else. She's just minding her business. They went up to her. They instigated it. And then they sexually harassed her for 10 to 15 minutes. They obviously didn't put that first 15 minutes of the recording proving what they were doing to her. I do not condone what she did or what she said. I think they are both a piece of shit. She shouldn't have said what she said, but those people should not have sexually harassed her. So Velma, like you brought up a good point, is we are seeing what the Somalians want us to see. They sexually harassed her, and then she got upset and reacted to their sexual harassment. Is it right? No, but at the same time, it's like if those Somalians had just walked by and not sexually harassed her, none of this would have come to light. So I mean,
I didn't know that part though. That's crazy.
they did. They spent over 15 minutes sexually harassing this woman.
That's bad. And then people don't want things to happen to them, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like you can't throw rocks and then be like, I'm the victim."
I grew up in the deep south. That wasn't the first nigga she dropped. All right.
Yeah, so that's
I'm not saying that.
At the end of the day,
she ain't just became racist when the Somalis were looking at her and sexualizing her. She been saying nigga for a while.
Okay, so but it's not okay, right? It's not okay for them to try to poke and like try to get her to react that way if they did that at the first. Because like to be honest with you, you don't throw rocks and then be like, I didn't do anything. Like,
if you insult me, you can't tell me how to respond back. You might say some slick shit to me, and I might deck you. You can't be like, but those is just words. Nah, we passed that. So if that's the story, you can't police her comeback. So if she lets the N-word fly for sexual harassment, that's what it is. If that's the story.
So I want to get some of
the
other guys. I want to get some of the other guys in here. Mr. Rippey, what do you think about that? Have you ever been called the N-word by a white person? Because Kamal brings up a good point. Then why did she jump to say the N-word? Do you think that was right, or do you think he pushed her to it?
I think she was pushed to it. I'm glad Mia brought up this point because I was going to bring it up. What happened prior to what they put out there in the filming? And the thing is, people are tired of niggas, man. People really are. And you out there, you're harassing this person for so long. At the end of the day, you're gonna hit them where it hurts. You gonna, you are. Man, I'm tired of niggas, to be honest. And I get it. You up there harassing me for 15. I'm gonna hit you where it hurt. And the thing is, stuff like this happens all the time. Nobody ever brought up the fact that the lady at KFC just started yelling at this white woman, this black woman started yelling at the white woman, someone calling her a hunky and cracker and all that stuff. The white woman didn't even do nothing. I saw the beginning of the video. But you ain't gonna see nothing like that out there. But at the end of the day, I don't think this woman is racist. She just wanted to hit him where it hurts because she's fed up.
Racist. She racist because they not niggas.
What?
I think that's going over y'all. They're not niggas. Niggas are foundational black people from America. They're immigrants from Somalia. They not niggas. That's why I don't hit them like that. They grandma ain't had no water hose and no dog sick on her. They ain't no nigga. My grandma used to go in the back of the stores when she bought her dresses downtown Savannah. You call me a nigga and I'm gonna slap your ass for you get the R out. Some ain't no niggas. That's why I don't hit them the same. So what she defines who she is.
Yeah, 85. Do you agree with that? I mean,
nah, man, they focused on the wrong thing, man. Bottom line, like, is what they did prior to that to make this woman react like that. Period. Hurt people. That's just how it goes. Doesn't matter what she said, how she said it. If she was racist last month, last year, 20 years ago, all that shit is irrelevant to the motherfucking point. They try to make you focus on that racist shit. And that's where my fucking beef comes into play because we fall for that shit all the time.
Thank
Never
you.
mind what the fucking point said. Is, oh, he racist. He don't know. Fuck all that. What the fuck happened before? Period. I'm good.
Damn, Doc, you starting to become like Kamal.
But
well, I mean,
she said she's racist. She says she's racist.
She was hitting where it hurts.
How I'm not gonna agree with her? This bitch know where her. She know what's in her heart.
Because sometimes you have to say things to people to get them to shut up.
Exactly.
Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to hit people.
You can make me as mad as you want. No, it don't matter how mad I get. I'm never gonna say no disparaging thing like that because you know what? But if I saw it, like
I will.
Excuse for the other white lady at the playground with the child, with the autistic child. Like, but they always got it.
This is the sad reality. It's in our music. Okay, everybody says it, and it shouldn't even be in our music. Period. So if they put it in our music, they're literally preconditioning us to say it's okay.
Don't
listen. We from
in our music. Is it our music?
We from
I thought music was like fluent for everybody.
No, it's a record executive. It's a record executive's music. That's what
I didn't know. I didn't know that you stamped it with your name.
I did.
It's the record executives, the people that own the record companies. It's their music.
Maybe two things can be true at once. Maybe she is racist and they sexually harassed her for 15 minutes. And I feel like we can meet in the middle and two things can be true at once. She can have those feelings, right? We heard her. Regardless of what drove her to that, she said what she said. But at the same time, we also have to recognize that she was sexually harassed. So two things can live in the same sphere at once. She was sexually harassed by these people for their clickbait, which they got. And then she also said what she said.
What's a good reaction? What is a good reaction for disrespect?
Physical violence.
Y'all, I'm about to say something racist. I'm sorry. But y'all notice that every time these videos come out,
physical violence.
Every time. The last one, Somalis was in the mix, and this one, Somalis in the mix. I'm not believing it. I'm sorry.
But they not niggas though. That's my thing. Like
that's true. I understand.
So if a white person call me nigga, I don't go to calling them racial slurs. I punch them in their shit.
But see, that's the issue.
So then you have lack of Self-control.
No, Mexican
You
Velma.
giving
You
the word
just told me I
Yeah, that's
can't
lack of
respond.
self-control.
You told me
That
I
would
could
be lack of
respond. You can't
self-control
tell me how
because
to
you have to be able
respond.
to control your movements and who you hit.
She didn't
So
control
yeah.
herself. She just
Yeah, but
didn't
she
know
She
that
didn't
didn't.
people
turn
Hey,
posted
she
violent.
didn't throw
Facebook.
anything at him.
I don't
Right.
care. I
We
don't
have got
care.
to stop. We have got to stop reacting with violence every
Saying
single time.
disparaging
Just off of
Oh,
things.
see, that's why
Literally,
they say it to
and
you,
then
because y'all done stopped and reacted with
this is why
violence.
people have violence and all because of words.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
exactly because people
Look,
That's why
Crazy.
people are sick of
Yeah,
niggas.
when it
so
comes
we
to
will we will
fool-
say, depending on, I'm sorry,
foolish
let me
women
let
like her, I feel like
oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't know, it's mine.
I
Sorry,
think-
I have a
go
little
ahead.
lag. I feel like when it comes
You're like,
a little bit,
Skeptic,
so like,
you're lagging real bad. Go back out and come back in. You're lagging real bad. We can't hear you. Go ahead, Ken.
okay.
No, I'm saying though, now this kind of is a class thing, because when you're at the bottom of the class strata, you don't have much but respect. That's all you got. People have to respect each other. Period. You might not got no money, you might not got no land, you might not got no property. We went over people's house and they had plastic on their seats. Like, you can't even sit on people's sofa a certain kind of way. You can't even put your elbow on the table. It's like certain things is held together with strict rules. So where I'm from, you say the wrong thing, it's violent mouth, violent hands. There is no control yourself. It's none of that. Because if it got to that, your ass was disrespectful. Period. You was disrespectful. Ain't no talking, ain't no corner time. No, people going in your mouth. Period. Period.
So
and you can't tell. That's what it is.
So she should have punched him. That's what you're saying, right? She should have punched him.
No,
I think
mouth.
I think what they wanted was
So
for
were
her
they.
to throw water at them and then make it worse.
My
You get
thing
me?
is, I think
Because that would have made it
freedom of
worse. It
speech.
would have made it worse for her.
When you go out this door, you accepting everything that come with this world. So you know if you disrespect somebody a certain amount, Mr. Rippy, you know it could go there. You
So
just
she
don't know what that
should've punched him in
line
the face.
is.
They
But you
said
don't know what
she
that
harassed her,
line
she
is.
should have punched him.
Man, they call me a nigga, I'm gonna take off on you before you even get a
But
chance
they
to talk about
sexually,
water, all
yo,
that.
listen,
I'm gonna take off on you.
But they sexually harassed her for 10 minutes. She should have punched him. I'm using y'all logic.
When white people call me nigga, I don't call them slurs back. I punch them in their shit. Because that's not in my heart. That's not how I feel about white people. I'm not gonna disrespect the white people that I love, my people, that's my brothers, because some other person says something racist to me. I'm not gonna stoop to her level. I'm not gonna stoop to a dude level. I'm gonna whoop his ass.
So, but did they sexually harass her or not?
Yeah, they
Right,
both wrong.
that's
I ain't
exactly
saying
where
they
I'm
wrong.
at. I'm like, so then she should have
They
hit
can both
him.
be wrong. They can both be wrong, but they not niggas. Why she calling them niggas?
Oh Lord. Okay, we're gonna switch gears. We're gonna switch gears here because, yeah. Nevertheless, we're gonna talk about some rap beef. You know, Mr. Rippy brought up the music industry. This is the perfect segue into this. Diddy versus 50 Cent. Was this revenge? So everybody's been watching the new Netflix documentary produced by 50 Cent, released on Netflix, and everyone has been trolling. We're going to do some reactions. We're not really going to play clips from the docuseries because it is copyrighted, and we talked about it Friday night, so if you got to go back and watch the show. But this is why people are saying he did it. It was revenge. Let's go back to what happened with 50 Cent and Diddy and where the beef started.
50 came up here and he was giving you flack for the asking Fab to party. So he'll ask you to play the clip, man.
Yeah, play the clip. Go ahead. Why won't you party with me for your birthday?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party. You know what I'm saying?
I asked 50 about that, and he said you did the same thing to him. You asked him to take him shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes. What? I'm a nice guy. Yo, why are you and Fif just? Hey yo, why y'all not? Hey yo, I don't have no beef with I don't know why. With Fif, he loves me. He loves me.
But y'all can't see it. I mean, y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see that he loves me.
But see,
you really You really think that's hate? When you really break it down, you've been out here a long time.
You know he loves me.
I don't think he like you.
You know he loves me.
I don't think he like you.
Okay.
But why not? Y'all both.
I say things to the borderline like, oh my God, you're in trouble.
You got
The way I
close
think.
when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, Amika's in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not
Holy
Photoshop.
shit.
This is really happening. Honestly, was not offended by what I was offended by. This is what I'm saying, bro.
When he said the shopping line, in real life, what did you say?
He was like, yo, you hot now. Now we gotta hang out. You take you shopping and I get you some flash. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm gonna mess up the wedding.
It was someone's wedding?
It was Chris Lighty's wedding. Nori's there. Nori knows this because I looked at him like, yo. You heard what he just said, right? Certain things they let it go by because it's puff. It's like he wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway.
That was in the hallway. We saw the video. We saw that video.
It comes out later, you're like, that's not the closet, that's the hallway. He didn't get
85, as a lover of music, what do you think of this documentary? Was this revenge? What's your thoughts?
Fifth been saying he was gonna drop something on that situation, number one. And I mean, hey, he's a marketing genius. I don't know, you know, the drama that's going on between them, but it's been going on for years. And 50 ain't one to play with. And all he really did, to be honest, everything that we saw on that documentary, we saw before on YouTube. There's a few YouTube clips. He put that, you know, there's the interviews and the other things that he added, but most of that shit is YouTube clips. And I think that's a fucking genius move. And he sold that shit to Netflix. So, I mean, kudos to that shit, man. The man got convicted for the crimes. Not everything got, you know, he should just be happy about that. But I still think he's a disgusting son of a bitch. And he deserves everything.
He's very charming, though. I will tell you that. The next clip talks about him going after people's women's. Then I'm going to let Mr. Rippy and Ken get in on that because they say he goes after his enemies' women.
Of men, if you want to get back at somebody in a non-violent way, just hit up their ex. Just get up with their ex, because that's exactly what Diddy did. He hit up Eric Sermon's ex and then had a baby with her. Back in Uptown Records, when Diddy was just a little intern and Al B. Sure was a big deal and dating Kim, he had to show Al B. Sure, like, yes, I could take your girl. And that's exactly what he did when he got some money and he got some fame. And I'm now learning that Sarah Chapman was dating Tupac back in the day, and now she's one of Diddy's baby mamas. And then let's not forget how he met Cassie through Ryan Leslie, who was a hotshot producer back in the day. And then he swooped Cassie. And then he picked up 50's baby mom after 50 stopped dealing with her. This was not in the documentary, and I'm surprised. I don't know why, but this was very interesting.
It smells delicious. Yeah, isn't that interesting, Mr. Rippy? They glanced over that. And I will tell you, surprise note, Jane Doe was Daphne Joy. She took the stand. I didn't get to see her take the stand, but I saw the tail end of the assistant when I went to New York. Mr. Rippy, what's your thoughts on the revenge piece of all of this?
I think this is 50 being 50. I don't think he cared too much about the whole shopping thing, but when it comes down to Diddy, he's a savage. I mean, first I'm on 50's side, 100%. I love 50. I love everything that this guy do. He's a marketing genius, just like 85 said. But when I was watching the first episode, because they went over what you're talking about in the first episode, I was actually applauding Diddy. I mean, like, this guy's he's a go-getter. He's all about, you know, he wants to be number one. He wants to just get as accomplished as possible. I'm not for him taking everybody's women, but I was like, as much of a go-getter as this person is, and he's a genius too when it comes down to music, what he did, and he's just obsessed with power. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's also a good thing as well because it's ambition, and that's something that I really admire about people.
Ken, somebody that's been in the music industry, have you heard these rumors about Diddy, and do you think that 50 Cent is justified in his revenge?
First off, in terms of him taking people, women, man, all them girls just giving it out.
True that.
So they just giving it out. So he ain't taking nothing. The game is the game. That's number one. Number two, we can't do the binary. 50 and Diddy, same person. Same person. Look at 50 and his child. All you got to do is run a streamline through all the beef 50's had when it comes to the streets in New York. These are the same exact people. Number one, this beef start is going back when 50 was with Trackmasters and he was blackballed out the industry. You know what I mean? 50 got beef with Jay-Z, 50 got beef with Irv, 50 got beef with all the New York big wigs. You know what I'm saying? This go back to the Jimmy Henchman days. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he made it out and he's alive, they're all surprised. So this is a 48 Laws of Power, very petty individual. This stuff is old New York beef. That's what this is. You know what I'm saying? But I think, and that documentary, that wasn't about victims. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't about victims. That wasn't about people going through that stuff in real life. That wasn't about people that's hurting. That was old New York beef. That is battle rap. But don't make the mistake of thinking 50 good, Diddy bad. They're the same people.
I agree, and I also think Jay-Z's the same person, so I can't wait for that to come out.
Yeah.
This clip right here is Gene Deal. He was big. He's been going viral, and then I'll let some of the ladies get in on it.
Then there was a situation that somebody said long time ago in the office. They caught Kirk giving Puff a fellatio in the office.
Fellatio.
Now that was the rumor that was going around. How true it is? They was lovers. It came out in his lawsuit. He tried to say that Puff was, what he said, sexually assaulting him. But if somebody's sexually assaulting you, how you letting them come stay at your house every Wednesday night? After the club.
Oh, shit.
I think they were boyfriends, you know. I think, my honest opinion, I think Kirk was in love with Puff to a certain degree. And Puff was using him. And Kirk was giving up the boogina to him. Anything Puff asked him to do, he would do. You know, he'd go at people, he'd talk shit. Kirk would talk shit to you on the behalf of Puff. And I believe that was his man to a certain degree in his mind. And the way he was saying shit on that documentary, you could feel that they had a relationship. He was hurt behind being Justin's godfather. He allowed Puff to tell him that he was caught up with Misa and everything like that. He believed all this shit. That's what I got out of it. I don't know what you and the other people got out of it. He was saying like he was a scorned lover.
But how did you find out that he gave Diddy fellatio? You know who they came from?
Well, we heard that a long time ago. Like when I was working for Bad Boy. I heard that rumor a long time ago. I was working for Bad Boy that Kirk was caught up giving them a fellatio in the office. And they got rid of one of the interns for walking in on him or something like that. You understand? But then Kirk come out in this documentary, in this lawsuit, and say he was giving Puff was making him, giving him fellatios and the boogina.
Oh man.
That's in his lawsuit. But I guess if Cassie is a scorn lover, Kirk has the right to be a scorn lover too.
Equality. I love it.
Both of them worked for him. Both of them was on the payroll, right? So I think Kirk was a scorn. Kirk, he do, and people knew this back in the day. He was 25% of Bad Boy. He did start Bad Boy. He did help grow Bad Boy, the artist, get the money, do all the things that he said. As far as the business part of it, Kirk did everything he was supposed to do for the business part of it. But he still was Puff lover. He still was
Giving up
Puff
the
lover.
vagina.
Just giving
He
it
know
out.
that.
Takes two to tango.
And he was his employee.
Okay, Doc, before the ladies jump in, what do you think about these allegations? Is it equality? Why is Gene just now saying this? Gene been doing his rounds, and I never heard these rumors before. Do you think he was respecting Kirk, or what do you think? Uh-oh. Doc, can you hear? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Oh,
yeah.
I said, Doc, what do you think?
Puff a wild boy. First off, coming up with a term like vagina is crazy. And but I think it's a little bit of like because Gene Deal is supposed to be like this big, like, you know, he was kind of a gangster in Harlem and stuff like that. So I think that showed the influence Puff had for real, because he didn't start talking like this until Puff had legal issues and went to jail. He wasn't talking about Diddy when Diddy was free. He wasn't this disrespectful, this brash, and this stuff from the early 2000s and the 90s, 20 years ago. You know what I mean? And they split their business and their working relationship up, him and Gene Deal, maybe 10, 15 years ago. He stopped being his security. I want to say back in like 2012, 2013. So you had, you know, over a decade to speak on this type of stuff. And it's kind of like, you know, you was afraid until he's like, you know, locked up, and now your chest out. So it's a little bit of lack of respect for him saying it now, kind of.
Oh man, Skeptic, what do you think? You clutching your pearls after what you heard? Do you believe it, or do you think it's like lies and sensationalized?
Well, first, let me say, I hope that nobody ever hates me the way that 50 hates Diddy, because this man bought the whole front row to one of his concerts just so he would feel like I'm just the pettiness. The pettiness goes beyond. I've just never seen anything like it. And then the fact that I watched the documentary. The way he sets it up, he lets you assume that you're making your own conclusion, but he's feeding you the bait. Like he's walking you through how he wants you to think. He wants you to go this way with the conclusion, and he's kind of feeding you all the clues, and I think it's genius. I just I don't think this was over shopping. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to think that the whole beef is only because he invited him to go shopping. Like there's more to this story. I don't know if it's the baby mama. I don't know what happened. If maybe it's the attitude that P. Diddy took, like he just thought he was like all that, or I don't know, like what Ken was saying about other beef that was going on in New York. There's got to be more to this story that we don't know. There's more backup story that I don't know, because I'm like, there's no way. What everyone keeps alluding to, that it was because P. Diddy kind of came on to him or whatever, or whatever, he tried to invite him out. I don't feel like that's enough of a reason for me to have this much energy into like coming out here and making fun of someone, like to the point to where you're buying tickets and like you're like, it's crazy to me. It's wild the amount of energy he's put into this.
Skeptic, what's your thoughts? Do you agree? I mean, not Skeptic. Velma, what's your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you think this is revenge, or do you think that this was just diabolical what 50 did?
Honestly, it was more of the insight to see how Diddy was responding to everything and how everything was going to go down. And not only that, but the way he was trying to cover things up. And here's the thing. Everybody's emotional. Women are emotional, men are emotional. And to be honest with you, I honestly think it had to be that, because of the fact that once a man loves a woman and you're with your friend, like that's just a no. You don't do that. And it's more of a disrespect. And since he did it right in his face, then I'd be like, okay, I'd understand. As far as like people are talking right now, well, obviously, because he's also been, Diddy's also been alleged, hypotheticals here. Apparently the baby mama went bye-bye. So don't know, but you know, And maybe that's why people are just like, wanting to talk now. I don't think it was revenge. It probably was more of an insight to him, to like his story. Even though, yes, it's been out there, but like zoning in on just his mindset, like him. I'm like on episode 2, and to be honest with you, like that, the time where he was like in a gymnasium and like there was like so many people and all that stuff, like to be honest with you, I see way past like just those people dying. In me, this is just me. I see it more in a spiritual sense because of
Yeah.
the fact that I know that there's more out there, and like people in that industry do things. You know what I'm saying? But these are hypotheticals. I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, he sacrificed those people. That was the first thing that went
Oh,
through my mind. He
I agree with
sacrificed
that.
those people.
right.
I agree with that. Yep.
Yep.
Fame right after they died, and then when he slapped his mom, I was like, "Holy!" He sacrificed those people. Nia, me, and you are conspiracy theorists, whatever they want to call us. What do you think about all these people that have gone unalived? Is 50 next? You know, he sent him a bouquet of flowers in Miami last week. Do you think 50's next?
I mean, every time somebody has met their untimely ends and it is connected to P. Diddy, his persona, his power, his prestige has only heightened, starting in that community college where those 9 individuals died. And then ever since then, every single domino that has fallen, he just seems to get more powerful. I don't know. Maybe it's sacrifices, maybe it's not. I'm
You
not
got a
worried
new
about
job, Mia.
50.
You got a new job, Mia. All right.
I know, you're right there. You're right. So, I mean, I'm not really worried about 50 at all, to be honest. I mean, 50 can hold his own, and he's a pretty protected person now. He's kind of 50 could definitely hold his own. I don't think 50 should be worried at all. I mean, if anything, more people respect 50 just for the way he is, compared to P. Diddy. I mean, the documentary definitely cemented a lot of things for me. And, as Skeptic said, they fed you exactly what you needed to see and to hear for you to draw basically the same conclusion at the end. So I was very, very impressed with the documentary. And that juror, 160, man, she's a fangirl. I'd be seeing her pictures with him from 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
They said that's not the same person. They said it's a different woman.
I mean, it looks so similar, unless she got a doppelganger or a cousin. I mean, it almost looks identical. Literally, the only difference is it looks like she has her hair pressed down versus it being curly, more natural now. But it legitimately looks like the same person, even like a younger version of that person.
Hasn't 50 Cent been shot 9 times?
I know, and he comes back. He's like a cockroach. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. He's coming back.
I'm telling you. In the city where I live, he hosted like a big thing, and he had like this whole party thing, and we partied. I got to meet him. To me, 50 Cent just kind of gives like he doesn't take himself too seriously type, and when I look at P. Diddy, I can tell that he's a Hollywood type of person who kind of, like there's those different type of people when you go out, the flashy guy who's like cool, down to earth, and you got the flashy guy who's not cool, who's kind of, he takes himself too seriously type of thing. That's what P. Diddy he gives me that vibe.
I will say though, from the documentary, the most thing that shocked me was the fact that he made Biggie Smalls pay for his own funeral and held that entire production and made Biggie Smalls pay for his own funeral. That's what took me out, bro. My mouth was just dropped. Like, no, he didn't. He made this man that estate.
Contract was worse when he told bruh to remove the pages and swap it out for a shitty.
Yes, right. Because he had already signed, and they oh man, that to screw your best friend over and his family and his estate that badly. But I will say the only conspiracy comment I will make to the reason why I think Diddy, not Diddy, 50 Cent is on this vendetta is because 50 Cent's trusted friend was Chris Lighty. And to this day, nobody believes that he committed suicide. And they all believe that Diddy was associated with that. And there's many factors into that. So I really think it goes deeper than baby mamas. I truly believe that this is a vendetta and he is trying to seek revenge for his friend Chris Lighty and that alleged suicide.
Oof. Well, speaking of allegations, we're gonna switch gears. We did the hip hop allegations. We're gonna switch on over to Benny Johnson. Mr. Rippy, you ever met Benny Johnson?
Yeah, I've done videos with him. It's on my Instagram.
Oh, okay. I want to have you talk about him today because he got the business.
Now the thing is, like, he always give me shout outs. He played my videos on a couple of his episodes, and he always give me shout outs and all the time. So I don't want to say nothing bad about him, but I do have questions.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll let you sit this one out, but you guys talk about
Okay, yeah, go
okay?
ahead.
All right. So, Mr. Rippy, for those of you that don't know, he's very connected in the conservative spaces. So he has met a lot of these people. Have you met Milo before we go to the next?
Yeah, I have met Milo. I love that guy.
Me too. He seems pretty nice. People be saying bad things, but Milo is a former homosexual, and now he switched gears. Let's hear what he had to say about Betty.
About the right wing in this country is its homosexual overtones. Benny Johnson posts pictures of his children every 2 days. It's weird. And everybody knows what went on with Benny Johnson in those lobbies and in those hotel rooms at SAS. Everybody knows.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Men. Younger men, not underage. At least I don't know that. His wife was crying drunk in the lobby 3 SASs in a row about how her husband was upstairs with boys.
Come on.
Go ask her.
Come on.
Go ask her.
Come on, Milo.
Go ask her.
Milo, aren't you ever scared of getting sued? You say some crazy. I'm sitting here like I am humbled by the lore and your ability.
The audacity,
there's no teapots in this room right now to express how I feel.
George, I have said these things about people for 20 years and never once in my career been sued. I've issued 3 corrections in my entire journalistic career because I get my facts right and people know that they do not want to go through discovery.
Actually, I want to say this.
I've never been sued for anything I've ever said about anyone.
The one thing I need to say this.
Because I'm right.
The most terrifying thing about Milo.
All right. So we covered this on the New Party before about the Grinder app during the RNC. Skeptic, this is your favorite subject. What do you think about these allegations of Benny Johnson? Do you think they're real? Do you think he's undercover? Do you think this is like revenge against him?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who Benny Johnson is. I don't listen to conservative people like that. But I'm gonna tell you something, because I had a friend of mine when I was in college who was gorgeous, by the way, and I thought he was hitting on me for the longest time, and he was gay. And he, like, where I went to college at, it was a big military town, and he used to tell me when guys would come in and they'd be handsome military men, he'd be like, I've had him, and with their wives and kids. And I would see the eye contact, or like they would go to the restroom and like, bump into each other. This is a very real thing. Like, I believe that there are people that are like live a double life, and like you never know. Milo is a crazy unhinged person, I will say. He says a lot of crazy stuff. I actually have listened to Milo before, wildly enough. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like I always say, let the proof come out. We got to see some proof. I did hear that he said something about Nick Fuentes, didn't he? He like alleged that he was gonna release some stuff. I need to see that.
I'll play that one next, because we have mixed feelings on old Nick over here. We have mixed feelings. But anyways, I'm gonna play this quartering clip and then I'll let the guys respond, because I'm not gonna let the guys go after that one. But this is what the quartering had to say, breaking down the allegations.
Jeremy here from the quartering, and I know I've been critical. I've had some barbs I've sent Benny Johnson's way in the past, but those are always kind of based out of jealousy and pettiness. And really, it was amounting to like, ha ha ha, clickbait. Nothing ever like that would be kind of evil or with the idea that, trying to hurt him in some way. And I've even apologized to him for those comments I made in the past. And we're good. We've talked. We're good. But on Friday and through the weekend, there was a coordinated op to smear him as somebody who is not a family man. I don't know how many kids he has, 4, 5, 6. Seems like he's having another kid every couple of weeks. Not as a family man, but as a man who enjoys spending his time with other men. This is not anything I've ever heard before. However, I mean, the meme about Grindr crashing at the RNC is real. And I think that while I don't have the same issues that maybe some of the more conservative people do about gay folks, hey, I mean, I think we all agree, you know, as long as they're Team Turf, we're probably going to get along just fine. But I think this is a part of a bigger op. Let me just go back to Butler, Pennsylvania. A shot nearly took the president's life. Then at Mar-a-Lago, a man in the bushes, right? Just a little while later. I don't get the timeline. Was it a little bit before? No, it was a little while later, I think. Yeah, a little while later. We had the assassination of Charlie Kirk on September 10th.
So pretty much, I mean, I feel like he's trying to connect some conspiracies. Ken, do you think that this is a distraction? Are there any connections? I mean, it was weird he brought all that up. But Benny does have 5 kids, guys. So that's the other thing to add. That's what he was basically saying.
I think the issue is that many people just don't understand the spectrum that sexuality is on. And when you show up in certain political ideologies, people don't know that those things tend to fold into each other. Based on the history of humanity, when we look at Roman culture, Babylonian culture, people that usually deal in the Senate and deal in high-profile positions tend to be more androgynous than we like to believe. And especially when you hold very hard views on things, every solid has a backside that's fluid. So the moment I hear people have these firm positions about things that concern other people, I know that the other side of their shadow, they do that same behavior. That's just how it is. And I hope that we can get to the space to where manhood, masculinity, or certain things, they don't overlap with each other. I know these people play in this area, right? Every time there's a Republican National Convention, a Grindr app goes crazy. That's for a reason, because you're so hard conservative that you put that so much pressure that the other side has to activate. Everybody has a shadow side, Joe. Everybody. And the harder you are on the front, the more fluid you're going to be on the back. That's just what it is.
Oof. So Ken, do you believe the allegation? Yes or no? Go.
Yes.
Ooh.
He did that shit.
85, what's your thoughts? You are a strong Republican man. Do you believe these allegations, or is this an agenda, an attack on the left to smear the right? You're muted there.
Damn, you got me.
Yeah.
I'm saying when the proof comes out, the proof comes out. I mean, it is what it is. I do
Come on,
believe
Slim.
the allegations, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I mean, be who you are, but don't try to act like that shit is normal. But yeah, I don't know, man. But the proof is out. So I just leave it at that.
Okay, I have one last clip on this topic. This is like really painful. Here we go.
A little different. And the reason why I'm going to be talking about this, it's about Benny Johnson, who is a MAGA influencer and really a MAGA mouthpiece, as a propagandist. Someone has actually tweeted that they have had a male-on-male encounter with Benny Johnson. I'm going to bring you those tweets. He has said in the past, he's alleged that Michelle Obama, he's said this so many times, was born male. Now, of course, there's nothing wrong with being born male and then later on in life realizing you are in the wrong body and as an adult changing how you reflect how you feel about yourself to the world. I think that's fine. What's not okay is implying that someone is transgender when they're not as a way to attack them. Okay? So what Benny Johnson has done before is kind of similar to what he's doing now to himself. And yes, as the title says, it's been alleged that Benny Johnson who likes to parade around his children like props, his little children as props. Here it is. Yep. Look at me. I'm so straight. I've got kids. I'm just a dad. It turns out that Benny Johnson is either gay or bi. And I am sick of the MAGA hypocrisy because he's all Christ is king. And please, he says also other things like, young men, if you want to be an immovable mountain, strong alpha male, I beg you to find a woman.
We're just going to cut right to it. If you want to be an immovable mountain in your life, if you wish to be a strong alpha, I beg you, find a woman.
It sounds like he's trying to convince himself. Now, there's also other reporting that has shown that Benny Johnson very well has looked up male-on-male activities. Before we get to that, I just want to show you that Benny Johnson, even when he's a reporter, sucked at it. The reason why he got fired from BuzzFeed was from plagiarizing. Now, the interesting thing is the reason why he got fired for plagiarizing is because he got mad at someone plagiarizing his work. And then as it says here, you see these tweets, they got mad. He's like, oh, you wrote what I wrote. Okay. Johnson was accused of being a serial plagiarist in his own right, which led to his firing BuzzFeed late last week. If it weren't for his efforts of two Twitter users known simply as Bleepla Bloplo and Crushing Bort, there's no telling when Johnson's flawed work would have been noticed. And if it weren't for Johnson's criticism of another outlet's plagiarism, the duo probably wouldn't have been compelled to trawl through his BuzzFeed archive.
Doc, do you think two things can be true? I believe he loves his kids. He's a family man. He's showing family values. But do you think it's an act, or do you think that this is, he's really a good family man?
Nah, I kind of agree with Ken. I think this is like historically just what these people in this realm do. I also think it's weird though. Like, I'm not really into like going into people's bedroom. Like, that ain't really no personal concern of mine. Like, I don't really care what people do, who you do it with. It don't really got no concern for me. But I mean, like you said, Milo used to be gay. I mean, if you suck a dick once, you gay for life. You know what I'm saying? It's over with. You know what I'm saying? You can't never come back. I don't care what he tell you. But if, yeah, like, boy, you done crossed the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if he is or if he ain't, I mean, I think the problem with these dudes is they give off these ideals and these views that they don't believe in or they don't participate in, and then people try to catch them in an aha moment, and then you get stuff like this, like people going into your bedroom trying to figure out what you do. I think he loves his kids. I think he loves his wife, and he might want some bujana. You know what I'm saying? And he'll tell it. You know what I'm saying? So, two things could be true, I guess.
I mean, okay, so the only reason why it's relevant is he does do a lot of tweets about homosexual things. Mia, do you think that people are being nosy in his life, or do you think it's relevant from his position on things?
I mean, he is a public figure. You open yourself up for the scrutiny of the public, whether we need to know or not. You can't be a public figure and not expect people to dig into your past or be curious about you or start rumors or anything. It kind of comes with the territory. But also, I mean, you can't also be a hypocrite without being called out. You can't say one thing and then go and just be that thing. I mean, I want to refute the fact that you can absolutely be homosexual and be a good parent. Specifically, you can be a gay man and be a good parent. I'm so sick and tired of everybody saying gay men. A family man. Gay men can be great family men. They are one and the same. I hate that narrative. Like, oh, well, if he's gay, he can't be a family man. No, you can absolutely be gay and be a family man. Nothing annoys me more. Plenty of gay men are great fathers, great spouses, regardless if they're in the closet or outside of the closet. It's not synonymous.
Yeah, your sexuality being on the spectrum, as long as it's not with minors, has nothing to do with how you show up in the world. People's sexuality is just on more of a spectrum than people think.
But I think, Ken, you make a really good point though, because like just from my perspective, sorry y'all, I've grew up in like the church environment. The harder a person is, it always comes out. Like I don't know what it is, but it's those people that are like they just like, are like hyper focused in on this one thing. And whether it's not just about you being, part of the rainbow community. It can be anything. It can be stealing. And they're always talking about stealing and stealing. And then it turns out that they stole money. And it's like, I don't know why it's always like that, but it almost seems like the more
it's a conviction, and people have temptations, and regardless of the fact, we're still human beings. Like I'm with what it's Mia, not Maya. Mia, right? Okay, I'm with you on that. When you're like you're speaking out, you at least have to be 100% honest with your, with the people that you're talking to, because of the fact that you're a speaker. And if people are looking up to you, people are going to believe what you say. Now, if you're not honest and this is coming out, as a dude or as a woman, you should say, hey, you know what? I struggle with this. Yes, okay. And regardless of the fact, if you lose people or if you don't lose people, people are going to see it. And if it's true, it's going to come out regardless. So I think
will
that
say this.
people should stop being hypocrites and just be honest and just say, hey, you know what? I'm not perfect. I have issues. Everybody has temptations. You're not the first nor the last. I'm not the last nor the first. So at the end of the day, it's a tit for tat, because I would rather have honesty than, oh my gosh, look, he's gay. Like, just be honest. That's it. And then on top of that, I mean, again, like what Milo said, oh, his wife is crying. Then again, I would say, you know what? That's their marriage. Maybe they need to work on themselves and all that stuff. Like, just be honest, because you end up hurting other people.
But it ain't no honesty. It ain't no money in honesty, Velma. That's why these motherfuckers get on the internet and lie. All the money is in lying.
Honestly, though, like,
Here's the thing. What about Ricky Martin? Ricky Martin's gay, but he has kids. He was married to a woman, right? But he has kids.
But he doesn't present manhood a certain way.
Regardless, he's still a man.
No, but that matters
Again, that's why I said, if you're going to present yourself as a man, like, you have to lead, be ready to at least, say, I struggle with this as a person.
They package man as a specific narrow thing with a certain behavior. You walk like this, you dress like this, you believe in this, you respond like this. It doesn't give a lot of wiggle room. I mean, they go very detailed down to the color of the clothes that you wear. Very anal, no pun intended.
Oh, Lord.
Well, I mean, I honest to God want Benny Johnson to sue Milo so he can be deposed and we'll know for sure. Because I legitimately want to see the proof. I think a lawsuit would be perfect. I want to see the court case. Nora, you can go down there wherever the court case is happening. We need
Something
to know
about the detail about his wife. It just seems too realistic to me. About the wife being at the bar.
I want to see the hotel footage. I want to see the hotel footage of her crying to substantiate
Right.
it.
I'd say it's very sad. And on top of that, just communicate, I guess.
Yeah, well, speaking of being exposed, I'm gonna play the Nick for another night, skeptic. But last topic of the night, everybody watching, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscription button if you aren't already subscribed. And we're gonna wrap it up with: did Tim Pool stage attack? Do you know Tim Pool, Mr. Rippey?
Yeah.
Are you friends with him?
Well, we're not friends, but we've just been around each other a few times.
Oh, well, he's not coming to Ampest. He's been talking about that. But anyways.
I know. We had a few conversations, but we're not like close or anything.
Okay. Well, the word on the street is there's no evidence. This is him talking about the attack.
Particularly intense show with a lot of claims made by Milo, which certainly angered a lot of people, and stories that I told about work behind the scenes. And it was cathartic to have these conversations at a time when the tensions between the left and the right in this country seem to be at critical mass. And now the conflict between different factions of the right appear to be at critical mass. And so some of it felt pretty good, but there are certainly a lot of people that were none too happy with that conversation. But all in all, while I do think there were some Well, there's some anger over the conversations and things that were said. It was a good episode in the authenticity of the emotions that were expressed from Milo to George Santos to myself. I do understand there are many people that are saying Milo's just outright lying and is now being threatened with defamation. What a crazy night. So that night, I did what I usually do. We wrap up, and the guests on Fridays, we go out and we hang out together. Because we wrap the show early, we don't do the members only. In the weeks prior, we have been experimenting with doing pre-recorded episodes of Timcast IRL on Fridays. Because the news usually goes dry in the early evening. And then by the time it's 8 p.m. for live, we already know what the news is. Everyone's kind of checking out. And, Friday night live viewership isn't actually that high relative to days earlier in the week. For obvious reasons, everybody wants to. We were out, and I got a message just around 1 a.m. And it was vague and nondescript. Just there was an incident. We need to talk with your team. And then we started getting the details trickling in that a car had been lurking or something to that effect, and a shot was fired. We now know that it was 3 shots that were fired. We don't know exactly what or why. And we are desperately trying to rationalize, maybe it's just random. Just somebody was driving down the road in the middle of nowhere in the country and decided to slowly approach our property and then fire several rounds. Just
okay, Jesse
for no reason,
Smollett.
for fun.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Fucking
I can't read the minds
random.
of these people. In October, I was traveling.
Fucking
My family
Jesse
was
Smollett
back in
looking
West
ass.
Virginia. And we had received a credible death threat, credible as determined by the FBI. We received threats, death threats, quite a bit. And this time, it was a bit more specific. It was intended to terrorize. It wasn't sent to me specifically like many of the threats usually are. It was intended to reach everyone at this company. I immediately contacted police, our security team did, as well as the FBI. I directly communicated with the FBI over this issue, sent them the information. It was relayed to us a short time later that the threat was credible because the individual making the threats had been on their radar. Surprise, surprise. And that this person was actually making comparable threats to other people. They believe they might know who this person was. I'm not sure where that investigation is going. For that reason, I believe that they're actually investigating these people, and we've been talking with them. I'm not going to publish these emails or the communications that had happened.
Of course
but
not.
the threat was basically to come and shoot up our property. And there were some specifics in it that made us say, okay, maybe this is, it could just be terror, right? So when I returned home after going out with the boys on a Friday night, hanging out, laughing, having a good time, none's the wiser. And then we hear security's on high alert. They're monitoring. The extra guys have come out. We pull up. They're standing guard at our perimeter fencing. We have a gate, and said they heard shots fired. They were on the property where our studio is, and they heard the shots, and went and investigated. We have 4 videos of what happened. We don't. Well, I'll put it like this. We're not going to be.
I told you.
At this time, for security reasons, I got these people screaming, "Release the footage!" And the concern we have is obvious. To then show everyone where we put our cameras, that's not going to happen. And that's the honest truth. That's why I tweeted out, if anybody had been archiving the Chicken City live stream, this is inside of our chicken coop. It doesn't reveal. It's designed specifically not to expose the property, the location, or anything like this. And you would have seen the reaction from the chickens. I know it sounds a little bit silly, but...
What?
And so where does it leave us now with what happened? Well, of course, there are some people that don't want us to be having this conversation, even right now. They're probably furiously preparing tweets, riling up their audience, preparing for shows, people who don't like me for whatever reason, saying that we're lying, making things up. None of this can be true. Charlie Kirk is dead. A couple months ago,
Why
he was murdered. We have a
Oh my
suspect.
God. I'm
We don't know
tuning out
exactly
now.
what happened. There are many questions around.
I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough.
Are we just gonna act like live streaming chickens
gotta
is
say
normal?
something about
What?
this.
Yeah, I want Mr. Rippy to go first. Mr. Rippy, why don't people like him? Like, I don't like. I've heard from a lot of people in the industry they don't like this guy, and I've heard he's also secretly a liberal or on the left.
Yeah. He's flip flop, but he will say he has some left views, and he's very flip floppy now. I don't really know the guy. I only been around him twice, and it was like, hey, what's up? How you doing? You know, good to meet you. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in on him. I don't believe nothing this nigga's saying, man. You can't. First off, a random shot, man. Where do you live, Detroit? Like, come on, man. It don't happen like that. Why you feel the need to bring up something? It could have been a random shot in the neighborhood. Where is the evidence? Now, if it's out there, then prove us wrong. But when you say things like this, you create a certain narrative, and that's not helping anything. It's only making matters worse, because it's like the boy who cried wolf. And now I'm writing a book. It's gonna be called the Black People Who Cried Racism. It's the same thing as a boy who cried wolf, and that's exactly what he's doing right there. And then you're gonna bring in Charlie Kirk's name, somebody who was actually murdered in front of everybody, try to put yourself on that pedestal. Like, no, man, I ain't going for it. I'm actually a fan of Tim Pool. I watch his show all the time, but I disagree with, and I just don't believe anything he's saying right now until he actually release all the footage, and I probably still wouldn't believe it.
From the chicken coop? The footage from the chicken coop?
Yo, what's up with this, man?
A dude filming his chickens ain't gonna show the video of somebody shooting at his house is crazy to me.
Yo, do they not think we know about guns? Like, where are the bullet casings? What are you talking about?
Right, where is anything?
You can't show those? That has nothing to do with your.
I mean, I would love to see where the bullet hit the chicken coop. If it hit the chicken coop, I'm just saying.
You can't lie in 2025. Velma, what do you think?
Exactly.
Are you questioning this one? What's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I got a lot of like I don't want to say heat, maybe just a little bit like, pushback on like what's actually going on, but we digress from that. I don't know. Could it be like, you need attention? Like, is it, I mean, if it's real, it shouldn't be happening, obviously. I mean, we take all threats seriously. But if it's fake, sir, what the hell? Just what the hell? That's it. That's all I gotta say. Like, what? Why?
Well, people are trying to connect this to Candace. We ain't really gonna touch too much into Candace, but this is what someone had to say connecting, I guess, because they're beefing right now.
At Tim Pool's house last night and opened fire. In a tweet, he said, "Last night, a vehicle approached our property and opened fire. No one was hurt." He said the security team is reviewing what happened. He also said, "This is the price we pay for speaking out against evil." First of all, so relieved to hear that nobody was hurt and that his family is safe. But as far as who I think is behind it, I'm going to get a little bit conspiracy theoristy on you guys. I know we're thinking leftist lunatic, unhinged liberal, probably someone from Anquifa. But Tim Pool has been the most harsh critic of Candace Owens lately.
You can come and you can burn everything I have to the ground and I will happily live in a van down by the river. I don't care to be number one. I don't need to be number one. What I care about is what is true and what will help this country and what works. And she is a fucking scumbag, okay? And she's getting worse every day.
He's the one coming out and calling her a narcissistic sociopath. He has finally spoken up and putting her in her place. And as Blake Neff said on the Charlie Kirk show the other day, the threatening and the target that they're receiving from the Candace cult supporters is even worse than the Antifa members who have been targeting them for years.
My friends have had to endure harassment from people who have gotten whipped up by what Candace is saying. In fact, I would say we have suffered more harassment from these people than we have from Antifa supporters who overtly celebrate Charlie's murder.
I'm just saying, just asking questions, Candace.
Y'all lying.
Oh my
All
God.
y'all lying. Ain't none of that stuff ever happened.
my God.
Like, come on now. This ain't Candace Owens' crew. That's a bunch of
No,
bullshit.
Oh my God.
That's something that I got on one of like a comment. It was like, oh, it was her and her fans, and I'm like,
No.
whoa.
We don't
That's
operate
a
like
big
that.
allegation.
We do not operate
Very
like that.
big.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
Do they think it's just that easy to plan a murder? Like, do they think it's just that easy to get shooters like that and then get away with it? And Tim Pool's supposed to be a conservative, so that means you have surveillance outside. If somebody busts at your house, you gonna bust back because you Second Amendment. You know what I'm saying? It's not just that easy to go wet up somebody's house. That's not just that simple.
Well, it's one of those things too where Candace has ongoing litigation with the Prime Minister of France and his wife. So at this point in time, she's not doing anything crazy. She's not that stupid.
No, she's
So-
under watch.
Definitely not.
You know what I mean? She's under watch. Plus, I mean, for the most part, her primary residence isn't even in America anymore. Her primary residence, for the most part, last time I checked, was over in England with her husband and his estate. So for the most part, she's not even here in the United States half the time. So it just seems like he's a Jesse Smollett Jr. Like he's trying to sell us the story so he can get the little clickbait for whatever ongoing thing he has, whatever is going on in his life. Maybe streaming's been slow. Maybe he's looking to make some money. It just doesn't, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Candace isn't stupid, but I don't think she's that stupid. She, like I said, she has ongoing litigation currently. I don't really think she's going to be planning drive-bys in West Virginia and some hillbilly in a chicken coop. I mean, I don't think she cares enough about him to ruin her life like that.
She don't. They better chill out. They better keep her name out their fucking mouths, man. That's
Also-
bullshit coming up now.
Miss Ripley said he gonna go hard for Candace.
Also, I will say
Always.
too, there's a way to control the narrative too when you doing shady shit. Is you try to implant ideals in the public's mind, and you say things like, "Yeah, it's a lot of people that don't like me, and I know they're online already talking shit about me, but we're not gonna worry about the haters." Like, if you just got your house shot up, I'm not thinking about nobody online talking about me. I'm not thinking about no narrative. My family's in here. You know what I'm saying?
What really stuck out to me was right before that happened, he started talking about her, and then he started to what you're saying, Ken, that is true. Like he started to drop little like hints here and there of I don't care who I like, I don't care how much money I have, I don't care I will live in a van, you can come burn my stuff, and I'm just like just right now, I'm just processing.
Well, you know, they say he gets paid by Russia. How we know Russia ain't do it? Allegedly, if it was really
I did not know that part. That's
yeah,
news
you
to
didn't
me.
hear about that last year?
No, that's news to me.
His boss was taking Russian money. He was getting paid. They were getting paid by Russia,
Yeah.
not him directly, but his boss, and that was factual, proven. I'm not like making that up. Skeptic, what do you think? What's the left's perspective on all this? What y'all think? Y'all cracking up about this week?
Well, statistically speaking, the right is more violent, and the right does tend to have these violent outbursts. So I believe it. I could see this being an interfight amongst conservatives, very much on the nose for the conservative movement. So, and also Stephen Hicks, actually, who I read a lot of his work. He actually had posted. He had done this like investigation all on his own and had taken different cases, but there's an archived like statistics from the FBI that literally says what we're saying, and they tried to archive it like maybe 2 months ago, and I had found it and I have it. So I have the proof that says that you have more violent outbursts from right-leaning extremist groups than you do from the left. So I mean, it could be, I'm just
They didn't
saying
include
the
some
numbers are
violence in
there.
there. They left out a lot of violence in there. They didn't include the Black Lives Matter stuff. They didn't even include the Donald Trump assassination attempts. They didn't include so many things in those. I mean, that's at some point we just got to open up our eyes and stop looking at all the nonsense that's out there and see exactly what's really going on. I receive death threats all the time. I'm nobody compared to these people, and I never received death threats when I was on the left.
Really?
Never. And I was vocal on the left. But I got plenty of death threats, and I'm compared to Tim Pool and Charlie Kirk and all these people. I'm like way down here.
Right.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I've been saying to show yourself.
No, I mean, I can understand because I do. As I speak out. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like you do get people telling you like you should die, you should, get cancer, you should.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the other one? Oh, go kill yourself. Like I'm just like, wow.
They look at the background trying to figure out. I know exactly where you live. I've been over there before when I was staying at a resort. All right, I see. No, man, come on. I just express my opinion.
Oh man. Hold on. Doc's back. I'm gonna let him go next. Doc, what's your thoughts? Do you believe it? Is it staged? Is it real? This Candace and her crew. What do you think?
Candace did it. She did it. This how Candace probably sent them YNs over there. She was tired of Tim, and they want, you know what I'm saying? Now they having Hatfields and McCoys. That's what they over there doing.
Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah, see, Candace did it. Tim out there trying to film his chickens in peace in the middle of nowhere. Candace found the only YN she could, and she sent them over there, and they got 3 off before the gun jam because they don't know about anything about handgun maintenance. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, she hired the Somalian scammers. They scammed her. They said they were good YN. She hired the Somalians.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna look into this for Tim because I know he got something brewing.
Oh Lord. Well, guys, this was a great show. We're gonna
This was
start
fun.
into our closing thoughts. Oh, I'm glad. Like, I know we went a little bit over because Gray be 9 o'clock. He was cutting it off. Well, in this life, ladies go first. Oh no, what happened to Velma? Well, I'll let Skeptic do her closing thoughts first. You're first out on the man cave. What do you think, Skeptic?
I enjoyed it. Sorry, my audio was acting crazy. I could hear and then I couldn't hear. So there's a lot of people I didn't hear. So I didn't ignore anyone. I just couldn't hear. It was going in and out for me. I could hear certain people and then I couldn't hear certain people. So I was coming in and out, try to fix it. Good episode. I feel like we covered a lot. We covered like a whole week's of news like in just one episode. So I will say it was a great episode. Follow us on TikTok. We have been hosting daily lives in the morning from 11 to around 4 p.m. So if you're into speaking about politics and you want to share your political views, you're welcome to come on. I'm obviously left leaning, but we have conservatives all the time. So we had a conservative today, well, multiple conservatives today. So if you're interested in coming up and speaking on politics, you can follow me, which is skeptic.tick on TikTok, or Casso, because I help host on his live. So he's the host. So follow us and join us for political commentary.
Yeah, and even if you're on the right, go have another perspective. Don't live in an echo chamber. It's good to always have multiple perspectives. Mia, what's your closing thoughts?
I guess my closing thoughts would be if you ever see any clickbait online, definitely go on YouTube and try to find the entire video because you just never know. Somebody may be sexually harassed before they say something. And 2 things can always be true at once. And I think people should remember that. And if you haven't liked or subscribed, please do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And if you like any of us, you can always find us. It's Mia, not Maya, on TikTok, X, and YouTube. And everybody else also has their taglines and their names and bios as well. So you can follow them. And I hope everybody has a good rest of the week. I'm going on vacation, so I won't be back around. Until next week.
Oh man. And Mia's been going viral, y'all. So y'all probably seen her. The Somali pirates gonna get her. She talking about them pooping in the corner.
I wish they would, girl. I wish they would. We don't need a permit to conceal carry in my state. I wish a motherfucker would. I wish they would. It's royal out here. Ain't nobody gonna find them bodies.
Mia,
Good
what
luck.
state are you in, by the way?
I'm in northern New England.
Oh.
So close to, I live close to Canada, so it's easier for me to drive to Montreal in Canada than it is for me to drive to New York City.
Yeah.
I can't have people trying to find me and dox me. I don't trust that. I don't trust everybody out there.
I don't blame her. Things are getting real out here. Ken, what's your closing thoughts?
Man, I want to say, you know what I mean? Shout out to Kamal. He took a shot at my shirt earlier. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you. You know what I mean? But I'm fucking with you, bro. Man, I will say, though, there's one thing the public is going to have to come to terms with. When you're watching TV, you're the greatest artists, the greatest people that produce the illest work is tethered to an extreme deviancy. So when you see it Diddy, then you look at the fact that he makes hits. R. Kelly, he makes hits. The brightest light also has an equal dark to it. And when you come to terms with that, you're going to have to, I'm not saying accept anything, but what you're looking at on stage, just put your brain in another place. The greatest people and the most talented people have a equally dark side. So Diddy is not an isolated thing. He's an artist, and there's something about an artist's brain. There's something about people that produce certain kind of works, whether that's in politics, philosophy, art, whatever it is. The greatest giants, men and women, that light that you see shining very bright, just know there's another side to that that might be equally as deviant.
How you follow up with that? Doc, what's your closing thoughts?
I know I said it as a joke, but I want people to realize that a lot of this political landscape is Hatfield and McCoy's. A lot of these people have been going at it and going back and forth so long, they can't remember what even started the feud. They can't remember why they dislike someone. They aren't doing something for the best interest of the American people. They're just in a feud with someone, and they just want to slander them and disrespect them, and it doesn't always work in our favor. So don't get caught up in being part of the feud. Use your mind, stay open, and do what's best for the American people, because it's more of us than them.
Oof, that was deep. Mr. Rippey, what's your closing thoughts?
Great show. It's always fun coming on here. Shout out to the channel. I would say pretty much what most people said. Don't just take everything at face value. Okay. Look into everything. When you hear a conspiracy theory say something crazy, don't just automatically dismiss it. Doesn't matter how crazy it is. So when people are talking about the 9 people that got killed, that died in the Diddy documentary for the college basketball team, I would say don't just take everything and say, okay, this is exactly what happened. Try to look deeper and deeper into it. Then you finally become awakened once you start living your life that way.
That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. Guys, shout out to the new party team. Thank you to Ken, Miss Rippey, Skeptic, Doc, Mia for holding it down for the Man Cave. We will be back with the new party tomorrow night. I don't know the topic yet, guys. I'm sorry. News is constantly changing. I will be hosting tomorrow night. But if you miss Gray, he will be back Wednesday and Thursday. So don't cry. But guys, again, I agree with everything everyone's saying. Don't believe everything at face value. Believe half of what you hear and half of what you see and none of what you hear.
Right.
Like, share, and subscribe. And go support our team. We got the best team. Christmas is coming. We will be doing a Secret Santa exchange next week. Well, 2 weeks from now. So guys, please support our channel. Give us a subscription. Give us a like, a share. And God bless and good night.